Hey guys, GameSandwich here. So I'm going to profile for you the update to Snake Eyes. Obviously, based on my list. I was partway through doing recording stuff, and then the ban list hit, so I've had to wipe everything because consistency changes now, so it's fine. So we'll go with 2 Ash. 2 Ash is standard now. Consistency is so good. I'd rather take this over Bonfire any day. So yeah, too popular. Again, there's not really too much that I need to go through these. We'll go down to 1 Oak as we've got more names. You don't need the 2nd Oak as much. 1 Birch. 1 Birch is fine. We'll go 1 Flamberg. 1 of the Snake Eyes Bellstar. Again, it's nice because technically it's a name bridge, so it does do some extra stuff that people don't always think. 2 Temple. 1 Chase and the 1 Bonfire. This is your Snake Eyes part of the deck, so this is like your complete core for this. Apart from this, will bridge you into your Dear Bellstar, so you will bridge into the Sinful Sports part via this. So that's like your bridge point from that. So having 2 popular is really nice because now it gives you more access to your fusion plays. So again, there's a lot more tinkering you can do with the deck. I believe now it's a lot more resilient to OTK because of this, so I'd rather take this over the Bonfires. If you're playing Snake Eyes and you'd rather have the free Bonfire than the Ash and the popular, you've got the wrong mindset. It's nothing bad, it's just the wrong mindset to be. The Simple Sport's got 3 Witch, which should be standard. 3 Wanted, again, standard, it's your recursion. We're now going with 2 Deception and 1 Silver. I managed to get my 2nd Deception, which is fine. I probably should have got it earlier, but again, things get in the way, so I just had to kind of like wait for a good bit of trade to do. So this is working really, really well. I can't complain with this. I was out of there using less because of hand traps, but with how I work it now, using this to protect the search from this actually is absolutely crazy. So yeah. So technically, including like this, we have 7 Sinful Spoils names in the deck, so that is always something to be aware of, that we have 7 names, so that's always fun. For everyone who doesn't know, Deception tributes a Dear Bellstar monster, so it can be this one, or it can be the Snake Eyes Dear Bellstar, and will negate a card in the field. That is a permanent negate, not a till the end of turn. That is just so it's like if they're running a card which is definitely a one of, you will definitely hurt them a lot more when you negate this. So that's fine. Now for the Azamina part, we run 2 Hollowed, 2's fine. So I'd rather have another access to this because I keep finding that I want a 2nd one sometimes. 1 Debtors, because being able to trigger this is really, really good. Just the banish effect to special summon an Azamina fusion monster or normal monster from your deck, graveyard, sorry. It's absolutely stupid. So that's fine. And so we run 1 Queen because Queen is a Sinful Spoil, so you can use all of these. So yeah, Queen is really good. 1 of this lady, I'm actually only using her for 2 things. I'm mainly using her as an extender and for the fact she's an Azamina name, so I can shuffle her into the deck to add these 2 to hand. The fusion effect does crop up sometimes, but again, she's more functional as an extender more than anything else. 1 Nightmare Apprentice because she can search these 2. Mainly searching Queen, so that's usually a good one. Again, she's an original illusion, so it can't be destroyed by battle, so it's not great, but sometimes just having that bit of protection on board, it stops an OTK, so you have to think of those things. And the last, because I'm running an illusion engine, I'm running a silhouette trick. So because this, an illusion, and then also your Azamina fusions are illusion, you can negate cards up to the number of illusions. So sometimes I think the most I've done is 4 so far. 4 illusion, 4 negates of cards in the field. That was quite disgusting, so it's fine. And so that's the main part of the deck. Now we're going to go into, like, as I call it, so I'm going to say interruption cards instead of just hand traps because there's other things that come across here. So we've got 3 Perulia. I still think 3 Perulia is fine. You can test Floros if you have them. I just prefer Perulia because I believe it. Most decks still have to commit a normal at some point. I only think this doesn't hit is Runic. That's really it. So again, I would just rather play this as it goes against White Forest. It hits Sword Soul. it hits you Bell, it hits Ryziel, and it hits Malice. So this is the idea that I'd rather have something that hits generically across the board, and I'd rather trade one for one than go for for Floros where you possibly can play around it. So again, personal preference. This is your flexi slot. So if you want to switch between Perulius, you can do. Also, if you don't have these, you can use roll, which is fine. Free Ash, which should be standard. You're playing a fire deck as well, so Ash is an extra tool in your arsenal. So if Ash is in your graveyard and you have Snake Eyes Dear Bellstar, you can put Ash into your Spell Trap card zone to special summon it. It's not always relevant, but it's nice to know. Free Imperm, again, pretty standard. 2 Frost, again, you can set this sort of Frost, you've still got Bonfire and all your other stuff, so that's fine. 1 Talents because we're relegated to 1, and then 1 Call By because, again, it's 1. So these are what I would call my interruption cards. Talents is still good. Frost is good because it gets you into your silver Sinful Spores card, so you can trigger that, which is really nice. Again, it's just thinking about different ways you can combo off. So that's the main part of the deck, which is 41. I really do not like using 41, but unfortunately 41 seems to be the way that this kind of works. So I'm happy with what it does now. So if you want to go down to 40, I would suggest removing one of these. If you want to go down to 40, if that's your preference, everyone's entitled to it. Okay, so we're going to go with extra deck now. So I'll go with links because it's kind of obvious. So 1 Anima because you're running level 1s, kind of obvious. 2 SP. SP is also your spell and trap removal as well as your monster removal. So always remember that. Being able to banish spells and traps to just have reactive cards just fine. So 2 of those. 1 Silhouette because we're running the other Silhouette, so you might as well run 2. Again, you have to be aware that you can't link this off the turn it's summoned if you use the effect, but it's fine. 1 Heater, because obviously we're playing fire, so you might as well run Heater. 1 Princess, pretty mandatory and standard. 1 Amber Whale. It's kind of weird that we're getting an upgrade for this, and then this becomes a weird flexi slot for after the next core set, which is kind of annoying. So it's kind of, you've got to kind of pick your poison soon. 1 Underworld Goddess, just being able to out something without making it chainable. Again, this is a good out to Masterpiece when that comes back, because it's come back now. Sorry. Yeah, it's just like a generally good out to Masterpiece. It has an attack stat which runs over it, and you can contact link it away. Yeah, sad face if you do that to him. So because we're on Snake Eyes, we're running 1 Snake Eyes Doom Dragon. It's very, very easy to get, not just with the Azamina monster ability fusion simulation. You can just contact fuse it so easily. For your Azaminas, we're running 2 silver because it's your Omni Negate, and also, which is and I will use the quote, secret effect. What is it? Your opponent takes double damage from Azamina monsters that doesn't include itself. So yeah, always fine. So that's good. 1 of this guy. Again, it's spell and trap removal, which, Snake Eyes doesn't have a lot of access to, so having a recurable spell and trap removal engine is really nice. So you can make this, put it back, make it again the next turn. The ability to, during the standby phase, to add a Sinful Spores card back from, or Azamina or Sinful Spores from your graveyard to your hand is absolutely disgusting, so you should always make use of that when you can. 1 Moo. Moo's just really good. Just being able to add a Sinful Spores when it's summoned or destroyed by battle is just really solid, and I not know why this card is so good. 1 Moa. A Moa is just really, really solid card. This card gets a lot more disgusting in the later sets, so yeah, this is if you really want a funny one, this is a really good target to try and negate or get off the field very quickly. The ability to pop 2 cards is really, really disgusting. Because of how you can orchestrate it, you can activate both effects. So you can go, cool, shuffling wanted, pop 2 cards, activate that, then you can summon something back. It's absolutely disgusting. And then we run 1 Saint Azamina. Saint Azamina is just a godsend. Card is so annoying. It's not an insane floodgate, but for saying if you kind of go, well, I'm going to summon this, I'm going to get any of one of these four, your opponent's like, well, I've either got to deal with this annoying floodgate-ish monster, and then either a double pop or an Omni Negate is most likely what you're going to be summoning. So yeah, that's kind of a pain in the backside to deal with. So for side deck, I'm going to do it in a weird way. So I'm going to do going first card. So we run 2 Dio Battles. Again, forcing your opponent to set cards is kind of annoying, so they can't kind of do anything straight away. Obviously, spells, traps are fine. Normal spells are fine, but quick plays and everything else is off the cards, apart from, I think, Ritual, the only other one you can activate the set. 2D Barrier, again, another fine one. So these are like your just main going first cards. Going second, 1 Kurokawa, which is even better now because Ash is at 2, so it's even easier to search. 1 Sinful Sport Silver, you replace this when you're going second, again, because it's searchable off popular, and you can obviously use it for your Azamina fusions. So this one really ticks a lot of boxes. 2 Lightning Storm, again, you're going second, so this is a nice card. It's also a Thrust target, so that's again good. 3 Imperm, again, going second, Thrust target. You have to have that mentality. And then for time, we've got 2 copies of this, and then we've also got 2 copies of Lancia. Lancia is just obviously if you've got Malice, you can have into it. Your deck never really had a great, horribly bad Malice matchup anyway, so it wasn't really something. It's just like that extra bit to help you give a bit of an extra push. And this obviously time, so if your opponent's playing for time, you can obviously do this, and it just really hurts. So again, that's what we're doing. Always remember with some of your weirder interactions that if you have this or this on the field, you can still burn your opponent. It doesn't actually have to be a fusion monster. So sometimes even if you have this that was negated, just specialing this and your opponent going, activate this, and it sends to grave, and it's like, well, time on the round, it's like, well, yeah, I'm still ahead by 3k. Why you lose 15, I gain 15, and they can't go to battle phase. That's just really disgusting. So you do have an inherent out to win games. Just always remember that it doesn't always trigger with the fusions. It also triggers with anything in the name. So obviously Azamina. So yeah. Hopefully you guys like the deck profile. I am sorry that it's I was in the middle of sorting out ratios and stuff for combos because of you have to think of because before Ash was at 1, so you had to think, well, okay, but if I draw Ash and then I draw Bonfire, what's the line here? Whereas now most of the stuff I prepared has now just kind of annoyed me. So I do apologize for that. It isn't as easy for me to make these videos as I would like due to family life. So a bit of a long one. And if anyone who's come to the end, put a heart in the comment or something if you got to this part, because it isn't easy. I do work quite a lot. My wife's not exactly very well, so I look after her. My son is got a very bad form of autism, so it's very hard. So my life is split down the middle very hard. I try and keep up with this. This is kind of what I like to call my sanity thing, and it's kind of in a weird way nice for me to I've got I think I've been on YouTube now for 15 years, and I've got a record of how I've grown and changed and all of those things. I think there's even things of ex-girlfriends and ex-relationships on there. I think I even mentioned it that I even got when I got married on here, and it was really nice. And I know I haven't got a big community, and I know a lot of people really came on through the Ice Jade stuff, and I still love that deck, and I really want that to push that deck into further than than I can. Just the support's not there, and I know it's not, and it's sad. But I will try and do another Ice Jade video at some point. I really will. But hopefully you guys do appreciate the time and the effort that I do put in. It's not easy, and I don't get a lot of free time. So I'm really always working to a deadline a lot more than people think I do. So, and I really don't get to a lot of time to test as much as I want. I probably maybe get 2-3 hours a day to test. and it's like fitting those in between like family time and doing work and studying and other things. So for those of you who watch to this point, you know that you are thought about and you are cared for. That that I do appreciate everything that people do for me on this channel, because I've never asked for money. I don't ask for you to comment, like, subscribe. I do, maybe I have done in the past, but I don't get paid by YouTube to do this. This is just something I've done that has just been in the background. I've never kind of thought this as a way to pay my bills or to, I don't want to get famous. I just do this because I like to do it, and I always wanted to help people. If I can help people by giving a combo or giving a bit of advice, or if a tech pick or something like that, or someone uses my deck and does well, I'm thankful for that. That means more to me than anything else. So, look, hopefully, you guys have a good day. See you guys later. Thank you very much for everything. And we'll hopefully see you in the next video. Okay? Thanks. Bye.